So, I've had a lot of free time on my hands. And with that time, I played every single game on Game Pass. Yeah, I know. But that gave me enough time to categorize them into good, bad, and weird games. I've already posted a good games video, and a weird one is on the way. But for now, here's the bad games of Game Pass. Absolver. This game is pretty slow and kinda clunky, but I'd criticize the gameplay itself for the most part. You're stuck between these weird, tedious little battles, or literally running around with no fights. For really long times too. A few times I turned around not sure if I was going the right way or not, but then realizing that that was a dead end and I need to go back anyway. Not to say that the game is absolutely a piece of shit, but it's pretty bad. Like, just play Witcher or Shadow of War. Like, both are great games and a lot better than this one. And if you're really trying to play a game with the same kind of atmosphere and a little bit more puzzle, play Rhyme. Age of Wonders, Planetfall. This game is really pretty, but it's a very strange attempt to be an RTS. It's really trying to be StarCraft, but with the gameplay and controls, it makes it, well, it just makes everything about it pretty awkward. It could be an easy jump in like Civilizations or StarCraft, but there's definitely a bit of a learning curve. Like, I sat there for quite some time trying to figure out what the fuck to do. Yeah, I literally have no idea. I'm fucking lost. I'm just gonna play Zoo Tycoon. Fuck this. Banjo-Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts. I vaguely mentioned in the good game review to play Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, and to not fucking play Nuts and Bolts. The Banjo team was seemingly trying to make an off-brand Conker's Bad Fur Day. I feel like the whole game is just a troll on itself. All that aside, just don't play this game. Play Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, or even play ukulele. That's fine. Just don't play this game. DayZ. This is a server-based zombie survival game. And honestly, it plays like it's an indie PC game. And you can tell when you load in the world. It's kind of funny. Those are trees. What? Okay, the first reason that I gave this a bad score was because I was actually having some fun playing it. But if you're overly dehydrated or overly hungry, your screen just goes black. And it doesn't actually give you enough time to restore those statuses without going straight to black again. Yeah. Alright, next server. So for the first time I played for about an hour and got a few decent things, but the second playthrough, it's just fucking impossible to find items. And the enemy reaction time is pretty hysterical. Oh shit. I also don't know if I'm supposed to craft them, but I haven't found any weapons. And it takes forever to punch zombies to death. Like, why? And I'm about to die to dehydration again, and I have found no water. Yay! Next server! Okay, there's gotta be something up here. Nope. Okay. Fuck this goddamn game. No splat? If you really want to play a zombie survival game, please just play one of these. Death Squared. Another, again, not terrible game, but there's definitely better ones on Game Pass. Off the top of my head, Hue and Wandersong are pretty fun games. I just am getting really bored of the fucking commentary in this goddamn game. It just makes me feel like I'm playing Getting Over It. And that game sucks. Demon's Tilt. Look, there are some really good games on Game Pass, and I wouldn't consider this one of them. If you really have a pinball fix and you need to play pinball, I guess play this game? But if you're really playing this game, you're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel. I straight up just went to the Microsoft store, typed in pinball, and I got all these free options that look a lot more fun than Demon's Tilt. Devil May Cry 5. Okay. The character development for this game is pretty good, but the story is fucking ass. You start off with Nero, and he's just an off-brand Dante with one arm. Yeah. Again, the character development was good. I really disliked him in the beginning, but he kind of grew on me. Especially after he grew a pair of arms? What the fuck? Yeah. Spoilers! Next you play as Virgil's emo side. And you can honestly scrape pretty much anything with him. At a certain point, it's really just about being able to play Dante. You can initially level up Nero and V, but not as extensively as Dante. And Dante is where the real game comes in. Nero and V are a lot less flashy than Dante or Virgil, but flashiness is what I want. And you spend the majority of the game playing these dull, bland characters. Like, I just want a badass hack and slash like the old days. Nero's a little bitch when he doesn't have arm gauntlets, and V you just spam buttons and don't even look. It's fine. Like, don't get me wrong, Dante and Virgil are fucking powerhouses, and that's why it makes it so fun. If I wanted to deal with some whiny little bitches, I just fucking watch Neon Genesis again. Disneyland Adventures. You want to play a virtual Disneyland game where everything is not as fun as it should be? There you go. Name one really fun thing that you would love to do at Disney World. Got it? Okay, yeah, no, you can't do that because you're going to be running around doing little bitch missions for Mickey Mouse. How do I say this? It's like Jump Force. You get all the characters, but the gameplay is just eh. Double Dragon Neon. I love Double Dragon.
You got 50,000 on Double Dragon?
Which is why this makes this so hard. The gameplay is pretty clunky, and the moves are pretty limited. You tend to get cornered by enemies and just get fucking stomped. It is better with 2 players, but not that much. Just the gameplay sometimes really fucks with me. Also, that laugh haunted my dreams for a few days. They do have a cute little continue save if you have a partner to play with, but it doesn't make up for bad gameplay. Straight up. Farming Simulator. What the fuck? I fucking just, can you just look at, do I really need to say anything about this? Really? I just want to say, even if I was interested, I'm not a farmer. I'm fucking this guy.
There's poo in there.
But if you're this guy, and you like this shit, do it. Just remember I'm this guy.
Stuff you gave me, don't
Ah, motherfucker!
Not this motherfucker. This guy. Definitely not him.
Was that too much?
Final Fantasy 15, Comrades. Doesn't this look fun? You know, beating the shit out of the cactuar. Yeah. Might be, but this game is fucking shit. One thing that catches me off guard is usually characters are handsome or pretty, and everybody in this game is awkwardly way too normal. Like, all the NPC characters are like Craig from accounting. Like, I'm sorry, did I catch you on your like lunch break? Like, what are you even doing? Stop. Don't do the windmill. Don't yell at him. What is, he's just punching him. Also, good luck with ever getting into a party.
Very well.
I've tried for hours. Funny part is you can get this as Final Fantasy 15 DLC, and everything runs like Final Fantasy 15, but the controls are different. And they're actually better. But the gameplay plays much like Monster Hunter. You track a monster, you kill it. I'd for sure recommend Remnant over this game. In the end, this game is very buggy. And the online is almost non-existent because of how fucking glitchy it is. And online RPGs like this just aren't fun without other players. Do I need to bring up Craig again? Fishing Sim World. This is you literally sitting down to play a game where you fish, just like real life. Unless you downloaded the game for the scenery, you should probably play any other game that has fishing in it. If you want some scenery, here's what you do. Pull up Pluto and start searching for some fishies. So if you really want to fish, just play Final Fantasy 15 or Red Dead. Or just buy Animal Crossing. At least you know you catch something. Gears of War Judgment. The Gears of War games have been classically glitchy, badass, and pretty innovative. While Gears of War Judgment was a definite backstep, It was like ODST to Halo and Youngblood to the Wolfenstein series. These games mainly existed because they were giving alternative plot to the main story. There are tiny problems more than just glitches and judgment, one of those being you can only hold 2 fucking weapons. This includes grenades and pistols. This is unfortunate because you really need Lancer and a secondary powerful weapon, or else you're fucked. Hydro Thunder. This classic boat racer has always had some weird controls for me personally. Whether playing my friends in the arcade or on console, they're just fucking weird. I've never liked them. And there's a crap ton of other really good racing games on Game Pass, so to play this is kind of arbitrary. It's like with the hundreds of different free pinball games and you want to play Demon's Tilt.
Awesome.
Jump Force. One of the really good things about this game is the character selection. And it's the main reason that a lot of people even bought it. Or pre-ordered it, like I fucking did. I actually had a pretty big boner for this game at first. As soon as I had a customized character and specific skill set, I was just fucking running house. But that's kind of the problem. Unless you know the game, it's really hard to play it. So you're like, yo bro, play against me real quick, and they're like, okay, and then you just scrape them, and then it's not fun. Between this, like, is it just me, or is that running really fucking weird? And the missions being really monotonous, the game just has this kind of uncanny valley feel. Like, why everybody gotta look so fucking creepy? Jesus.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim.
Kona. This is a detective game that plays a lot like an indie PC game.
Carl needed to get out of there.
It gives some Indigo Prophecy vibes, with a little bit less sci-fi. The story also tends to drag out,
Carl had to figure
especially
this one
when this guy is slowly narrating his life
out. Hamilton is
constantly.
waiting for Carl in the general
And between that and the limited blocky gameplay, there's a reason it's on this list. The Lord of the Rings Adventure Card Game. This game is Hearthstone. You know what Hearthstone is? Well, if you don't know what Hearthstone is, just play this because it's Lord of the Rings Hearthstone.
Oh, my stars!
Like, I'll just play this or Hearthstone. They're the same thing. Minit. So if you can't tell already, this game gives you a minute per life. It's more about running through the game over and 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 over to eventually figure out how to beat the game in one go, aka 1 minute. The thought of combining Link and Dark Souls might be really entertaining to some people, but I just had a lack of drive for the game. I'd be in the middle of discovering something or even listening to somebody talk to me, and I just fucking, I'd die. It just got a little annoying personally. Mud Runner. This is a sandbox driving game. No, not a racing game, a driving game. All you do is drive around under extreme conditions. And the controls aren't like a normal driving game either. I just give the overall experience of this game a negative. Like, oh no, oh god, some mud, extreme! Guys, that was so extreme, God. Oh wait, another puddle! My Time in Portia. This game should just be called My First Online RPG. Cause that's what it fucking is. It's almost like an off-brand company trying to rip off Roblox. And here's the thing about that. You don't copy Roblox. They copy you. I also couldn't play much of the game because the online community is so dead. You know, if that tells you anything about the game. Old Man's Journey. The gameplay itself is very cute and I really enjoy it. I kept pushing this game because of that, but I just don't like these weird puzzles. What the fuck is, like, what is, don't just, what? I don't know why I don't like it so much, but it's just, it's not really a puzzle game? I don't know what to say about it. I'm still conflicted because it's quite unique. I don't know how to actually describe it, so I'm just gonna let you look. Like I said, not a terrible game, and it is really cute. I just really don't enjoy this. Pandemic. With an intro like this, what could go wrong? Okay, I totally understand if you're a fan of the board game and you want to play it with less mess and be much more tidy about the gameplay. But again, if this really does not interest you, which it did not interest me in any fucking way, shape, or form, you should probably just not play it. Or sucker anybody else in playing with you. Because it's kind of stupid. Let me rephrase that, it's really stupid. If you want to play a fun board game like that, play Ticket to Ride. That shit's stupid fun. Pathologic 2. I almost put this in the weird category. It is a horror game, but it's just super fucking bizarre. I know that horror games try to give you this illusion to direction, or at least guide you somewhere, but I have died a few times and just didn't know why. The base of the story is in a town during a plague, so you know you get to make some really dark decisions. There's a lot of content, and the map is pretty big, but the game tends to have a lot of trouble loading. That, the lack of navigation, and the creepy ass faces whenever you talk to anybody. I first played this in the dark on a big TV, and the faces creep me out more than the game. If you want something a lot less uncomfortable and a lot shorter, Fractured Minds mimics indie PC horror very well. I was surprised Markiplier hasn't played it. Resident Evil Revelations. This is on a bad list because everything is pay to play. I'm not gonna buy a service and then buy something else off that service. Why? Just buy one of the Resident Evil remakes instead of buying this. Rush. Before I say anything, just please look at the gameplay. Look that. This. Look what the fuck is happening.
Would you like to play
No, I don't like Ratatouille.
Can you
No, I don't
spell
want it.
Ratatouille?
No, I just said. Oh my god. This game is a game of mini games, and the gameplay varies from each game. And some of them get very boring very quickly, but this is very obviously a kids game. For kids, not me. Stellaris. This game is based off a lot of things. Space exploration, space warfare, galactic diplomacy. It all sounds really interesting, but it's also super fucking complicated. I tried playing for quite some time and really tried to navigate everything, but there is so much in the menu. This isn't definitely a game with a learning curve. I would like to note as well that this game is made for PC, not console. The translation is really poor. Sword Art Online, Fatal Bullet. I already made a video on this, and honestly I had a little bit of a Bandai rant, and they have the resources to make a really good plot. But at this point, Bandai is kind of like Marvel, and they're just pushing out games without regard for detail. I just can't get past this. This is so terrible. It's because I made fun of the Naruto chick, isn't it? Isn't it? Tell me! theHunter. A lot of this is DLC content, and I played for 2 hours and didn't find a fucking animal. I turned off my console and haven't played it since. This is my review of theHunter. Tracks. You literally build a model train set. Yeah, no. Not for me, not for this guy. Remember, I'm this guy.
There's poo in there.
Not this guy. Train Sim World. So this game wouldn't stop glitching out and lagging, and somehow that corrupted the video footage. And that's good, because I want no physical data that I played this fucking game. You literally just drive trains. Like, you push buttons and it tells you to push a button, then you push a button and then the train goes. After that, it's purely scenery. But if I really wanted to do that, I just open up Pluto and just watch slow TV. Yeah, fuck that. We Happy Few. Look what I found! Jesus. So I've also done a review on this game, and it's very glitchy. And honestly, to an extent, it's quite fun. I also regret not looking into the game more. I'm somebody that grinds out every single side mission and every single tiny little bullshit thing to do. So when I maxed out my character, I got really happy. But once I realized that all my things were taken away from me, items, skills, abilities, everything, to be put in the shoes of a mom that constantly has to go back home and take care of her child. Then I found out you're an old war veteran after that that's a diabetic, and you constantly need to take your insulin. If I knew that from the start, I think I would really enjoy the game, but I think I kind of fucked myself. I had some people on my initial video asking for more details on the gameplay, but what I can say is stealth is really inconsistent. You can maybe get 1 or 2 stealth kills off, but you usually end up fighting a mob or running for a barrel. One of the worst things is that you have to walk in town. You can level up your skills to run and jump without getting attacked, but again, keep in mind that all gets taken away from you. Wolfenstein Youngblood. If you're a fan of the Wolfenstein series and you're looking for all this kind of crazy shit, well, you will necessarily be getting that, just it's not the same. Scenes like this that would be badass and crazy are really just like kind of uncomfortable and kind of awkward. It's just an off-brand of the game, and you can like taste it and smell it and see it. Yeah. The game is constantly about cheese. There's so many weird, stupid areas that I feel like this should be an intense, crazy boss fight, and I'm just doing this. Like, alright, that was fucking easy. But the biggest thing about this goddamn game is having the secondary character. You're either playing online with somebody, and they're significantly lower level than you, and they just keep dying and wasting your revives, or it's this stupid AI that places your secondary character and keeps taking your revives. I've also made a video about this one. The entire gameplay and system of revives really fucks you up a lot. Like, I've never had a game that I actually had so many problems throughout playing it. The only reason I beat it was because I was so goddamn mad at it. And I love Wolfenstein, and I love Doom. But Jesus Christ, was this game hard to swallow.
Great.